we are back for our surprise additional lives that we're doing during this Educate and Rejuvenate event. So I'm thrilled to see this room and all of you in here for us to for me to show you something really cool that I've been working on that I'm excited for you to see and be able to use. No sound. Can you not hear me? Or can you hear me now? I don't know if that was, it looks like that was a minute. Now you can. Okay, good. Perfect. I'm like, I don't know if that was a minute ago when I turned off my video when I meant to turn on my sound. We're all good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is show you, and I have to change. I'm like sharing my screen to share all those things or showing you around the event. So now I need to get to my other screen where I can show you where you can find these awesome new GPTs that we have created for you. So by a show of in the chat, or if your camera's on, you can raise your hand. Who here has used Chat GPT, is familiar with Chat GPT? I know you, if you were in Erica and Lene's session, you did some stuff with Chat GPT. I see some of you, I see thumbs up. Terry says yes. Melissa says yes. Maria says used it, but not much. Jody's a no. Tiffany's a no. Okay. And no worries, wherever you are at with Chat GPT, you're going to be able to use these. And that's what's a great thing about a trained custom GPT. That's what these are that I've created, is these are GPTs that are already trained and are kind of like, yeah, this is what I'm going to walk people through and help them to do. So all you need to do is, the biggest thing is if you don't have a Chat GPT account, you're going to need to create one, and you can have a free account. It does not, you do not need to upgrade to the Pro or Plus or whatever it's called. I had to do that so I can make GPTs for all of you, but you don't have to do that in order to use them. You just need to have a Chat GPT account of your own for it to work. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can access these. Now, these are a new bonus that are exclusively in the Educate and Rejuvenate Club. And I know we have a lot of club members in the room. Club members, let me know if you're here in the chat. So if you're in the club, you already get this. This is part of what you get as a club member. And if you're not, then this is a great way to see, do I want to join so I can get these? And also just get some Chat GPT ideas. And there's going to be little golden nuggets here, even with me just doing a demo of GPTs, that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's super cool. So where you're going to find it is currently, as I'm taking this video, we have, just our main app stuff at the top. Then we have the virtual conferences and events, and then we have Educate and Rejuvenate Club. Now, if you're watching this video later, usually Educate and Rejuvenate Club is first, and then virtual conferences and events. But because we're in the middle of an event, we switched it around. So we'll be switching it back when the event is over. So you'll go to Educate and Rejuvenate Club, and you'll see it now says, it used to just say Coach GPT. Now it says your Coach GPT AI team, because it's not just one GPT now. There are 4 currently, and who knows what the future holds. If you guys let us know if you have like, oh, we need help with this, we need help with that. So we have 4 different GPTs that we have created that are your AI GPT team, because my team and I, we're incredible. We're not leaving you. We are still here for you, but these can be on demand anytime for you. So it's your on-demand AI coaching that is a great supplement for what we do between calls. So if you have questions in between calls, you can, and again, you can always go in the chat in the app and I'm responding. But if you're just like, I'm in a moment, I'm stressed out, I need to be walked through something, or I need to just do my weekly planning for the week, different things like that, you can always come to these. Obviously, it's not a replacement for human connection. We all know that human connection is so important, and it's a very important part of the club. This is just an extra feature that you can use. And you can also not, if you're like, you know what, AI is not for me, totally fine. But if you're here on this meeting, you're probably at least somewhat curious about it. So the couple things to keep in mind, the first I already said, you need a free Chat GPT account in order to use them. So you will go to, you can just type in Chat GPT on Google, or it's like OpenAI, chat.openai.com or whatever, and you can create an account. I'm already logged in, so I can't, I needed to be logged in to be ready to show this to you, so I can't show you creating a Chat GPT account. But if you Google Chat GPT, it'll just walk you right through creating an account, so you can do that. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is these are still in beta. I would say the Life Coach GPT is the most well-trained so far, because we've actually had about 23 of you already using it. We've been getting good feedback. I've made tweaks. The other ones are much newer. And so if you run into things as you're using them, we will be improving them over time. So which coach should I use? Here's an overview of the 4 coach GPTs. And this should say life. It was originally called just coach GPT, but now that we have multiple, I want to call it life coach GPT. There we go. So our life coach GPT, this is your life coach in your pocket. So all the things I've been talking about with the observe, choose, align framework, with the self-coaching model, with even my homework assignments that I've given. This AI bot is here to help coach you in real time whenever you need it. So if you need to get grounded after a tough meeting, for example, or you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, anxious, stuck, you can come to Coach GPT, grab your app out of your pocket. I always recommend coming to the app and then clicking through to the GPT, because then you'll get the most up-to-date version. We will be making tweaks from time to time. And so you'll want to ideally go through the app each time to go into the GPT. Now, they will in your account show up there for you as well. So if you're just in ChatGPT, I also recommend downloading the ChatGPT app if you are a mobile app user. If you're using our app, if you download the ChatGPT app, then you can actually, it'll just open right in the ChatGPT app. And what I love about the ChatGPT app is then you can actually do voice mode. So let's say you're stressed out about everything and you don't want to have to type it all out. You just want to, as if you're coming on a coaching call with me or Chrissy or Francine or Cami, and you're just brain dumping out loud, putting it all in there, and then it can go from there and coach you. So that's the Life Coach GPT. The next one, I'm really excited about this one. This is one that has a very tailored framework that is going to walk you through. So how many of you have either read Educate and Rejuvenate, read chapter 10 of my book where I walk through the intentional scheduling process, or listened to any of my podcasts or coaching calls where I talk about it? Anybody here? Linda says all. I love it. So Tiffany says, yep. So the great thing is this is going to walk you through that framework each week. So it's going to tell you to do the brain dump. It's going to help you to know what to do, decide, delegate, all of that right in here, right in the GPT. So what you can do is each week you can open up this GPT and do your intentional planning, and it's going to walk you right through it. And it can also help you to create your ideal week if you haven't done that yet, or tweak it. It knows that framework. It has the whole chapter in its memory. It has recordings of coaching calls where I've taught it and applied it to real situations. And so it's a great way to get started. And then you can always bring whatever comes up from any of these GPTs into a coaching call and be like, hey, this is the feedback I got from GPT. What else can I do? But these are just here for you as another source, right? Another resource. This was originally called Find Your $50 Coach GPT. Now I'm just calling it Money Saver and Aligned Spending is the name I ended up going with. So Money Saver and Aligned Spending GPT. You can see I'm like catching things in places like live on camera, and it's totally cool. So it's a money saver and abundance mind coach. Again, we tend to get into that. It's helping you save money, absolutely, but it's also helping you realize like not being so fearful about it either. Like, yes, I can do this in a powerful way. So it's like a little money mindset coach, along with being like, hey, practical, what can we do to help save you money? The goal of it is to make it so that your investment in the club, your $37 a month, you can more than pay it off through using this GPT and finding other ways that you can save money. So we're also going to have another little lesson about it in here as well. We don't have that yet. So I'm going to just remove that for now. That's coming soon. And then we also have a lesson curator, Coach GPT. So this one has this is the 4th one. This one has the entire Educate and Rejuvenate library in a CSV in its memory. So you can put in what you're needing to teach. And its goal is to recommend a resource from the Educate and Rejuvenate resource library and kind of help you find what you're looking for. But then it also has a fallback that if for some reason it can't find what you're needing, and this is the part that I'm going to need your feedback on as you start using it, it is going to be able to generate some lessons and ideas for you utilizing our style and framework and the way that we create our resources. So super cool, brand new. I'm excited to actually show you these in action. Do we have any questions so far? So you'll find these in the app, and then you'll see we have the 4 different GPTs. So it's going to explain when to use each one. The great thing is they also know about each other. So if you are in the Life Coach GPT and you're talking about your schedule, it might suggest that you also go to the Intentional Schedule GPT, or that you don't know what to do for a lesson. It might recommend you go to the Lesson Curator GPT. Or if something's coming up and you're overwhelmed with money, it might recommend you go to the money one. They know each other. It's an ecosystem, and so they'll recommend each other. Will the course curator or the lesson curator work with any subject? Yes, it absolutely should be for any subject in there. And we even told it, it's like, hey, we create them for pre-K through 6, but we also have some secondary teachers who are always like, what can I use? So we're hoping that this can help kind of bridge that a little bit to where it at least has more, it's more ready to create good lessons than just you generic open up Chat GPT, because we're able to tweak it and train it more. Yes, for multilingual learners also. Yes, I would definitely, I haven't tried it for multilingual learners, but again, these are the things that as you try it, Jody, and you give us feedback on it, we can potentially train it to do that. Jennifer says the lesson curator coach is pretty cool. I saw resources I didn't know were there, and the lesson it made was pretty good. Oh, you already tried it, Jennifer. I love that. Make sure you say please and thank you. Yes, I always try to be super polite with AI. So when you know the AI takeover happens, I'm one of the good guys, right? We laugh about it, but then it's like, oh no, like seriously, all this stuff that's happening with AI, like so crazy. Anyway, so I was thinking on while we're here together, we would go through it and we would just demo and try out each GPT. So what you'll do is you'll go into, for example, this is Life Coach GPT. Like I said, this one is the best trained so far. This one has been in training for months, where the other ones are like within the last couple of weeks. So they don't have as much training as the first one. It was really in the last couple of weeks. I was like, we're going to make more bots. That sounds like fun. So we'll keep training them. So for example, the great thing is it has a few conversation starters. So if you're like, you don't even know, you can just hit the button and it'll go from there, because sometimes we might even be overthinking what to put in the box. So you can click on one of these conversation starters if you want. I would love if somebody has like a suggestion of what they want to see. What would Life Coach GPT say about this? Go ahead and put it in the chat while I read a couple comments. If not, we'll just start with one of these conversation starters. Elizabeth says, Chat GPT is so helpful. I've used it to create lessons for my MTSS group and to help me make things at home too, like recipes and even chemicals for our pool this summer. Yeah, it is crazy what you can use it for. Like I had to make a training plan for my triathlon and doing that next month. I'm like, hey, these are the other things I'm doing, and this is how much time I have, and can you help me figure that out? And it created a training schedule for me, which was super cool. Anna says, start with questioning if I can keep doing this. Okay, so yeah, that's one of these conversation starters here that we can do if we want. So let's hit that button. I'm questioning if I can keep doing this. Let's see what Chat GPT says to us. And let me know if I need to zoom in a little bit. Do you see it well, or should I zoom in more? And zoom in a tiny. Is that better? Okay, so it says that I don't know if I can keep doing this. Feels so heavy. I hear the pain underneath it, and I want you to know that you don't have to carry this alone. Let's pause here for a moment. What do you feel in your body right now? Is it tight in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or just a numb, disconnected kind of fatigue? Naming it gently can help shift it. You don't need to solve everything today, but what would feel supportive right now? Space to process, a way to reset your nervous system, or maybe clarity about one part of the overwhelm. If even answering that feels like too much, I get it. You're not broken, you're maxed out. That's different. If it helps, there's a beautiful coaching call in the app. See, I love this. Called Decision Time. Should I stay or should I go? It doesn't push you toward any decision, just gently walks you through your thoughts and needs. And if you need a breath right now, the meditation, Reset, is just a few minutes of space to come home back to yourself. You're allowed to question it at all. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're listening. We can stay here or go deeper or pause, whatever you need. Like, boom, that's the feedback it just gave you. And if you put that into a general GPT, it would still give you something, but it would be different. And that's the feedback we've been getting from members who are using this. And it's because it has this entire book as part of its memory. Like I uploaded the entire book in there. So, and I'm like, use this framework. This is what you're using to coach people. I also uploaded transcripts of me coaching and things like that. So it's very well trained. And we uploaded a CSV of all the coaching calls and all the meditations up until about 2 months ago when we started it. So I need to update it with the new ones. And then as soon as we've solidified the cohort calendar, which should be by the end of the month, we'll input that so it'll know all those calls that are coming up for you as well. So Vanessa says she loves the recess reset meditation. That one seems to be a favorite. So I'm thinking of making more reset, like recess, reset number 2 and number 3, making a few more. So you can have different ones during that little reset. Chris says, I love this. It sounds so human, right? It's almost crazy. Like, so then you can do what it says, listen into it, space to process. Let's say what would feel supportive right now. That's what I asked. I'm going to say like, I just need some, oh, there we go. Like I said, I'm using a new keyboard today because it started glitching out. And so you know how that goes. I just need space to process. We're going to put that in there. We're going to see what it comes up next. Absolutely, you can have that. No rush, no pressure, no fixing. If you'd like to hold space quietly with you, the recess, reset, or choose your direction meditations in the app can offer a soft landing while you breathe through this. And if you want a gentle compassion as you process, here's a simple journaling prompt. What part of me is speaking right now and what does it need? You don't have to force clarity, just be with what's here. Let the fog swirl. You're allowed to feel all of it. You can come back anytime. I'll be here when you're ready. Okay, can we try something that is not a ready-made prompt? Absolutely. So let's reset this GPT. Start your name. Oh, hang on. I'm probably gonna have to actually click into this again. There we go. What would we like to put in here? Does anybody have something? Not one of the conversation starters. Just put something in here that, let's see what it will say. And I could do that too, but Vanessa said, it's great for when I'm not sure I want to talk on a coaching call or when there isn't a coaching call. Yes, that's absolutely the point of this Coach GPT. So you can have those there have it there for you whenever you need, or if you're like, I just need to get this out and I'm not quite ready to do it in front of everyone, even though we are here to hold so much space for you. Tanya said, I just put in Life Coach GPT. I feel guilty because I didn't get much done today. Good feedback. Oh, I love it. And should we try just putting that in and see? Maybe it'll even say something different this time. Let's try, because I haven't seen anything else in the chat. I'm going to try putting that in. So that's not one of these ready-made prompts. Like, oh, and I'm going to take off I just put in ChatGPT. I feel guilty because I didn't get much done today. Let's see what it has to say about that. Oh, it's searching its knowledge. Let's take a breath together first. Place your hand on your chest or your belly, wherever the guilt feels sharpest, and breathe into that space for a moment. You're not broken, you're noticing. That alone is powerful. Now let's gently observe that guilt. What part of you is speaking up when it says, I didn't get much done today? Does it sound like pressure, fear, maybe an old belief about productivity equals worth? In Educate and Rejuvenate, Kelsey calls the first step in rejuvenation. Oh, I love how it put that. Being an observer of your thoughts and nervous system without trying to fix them right away. You might ask yourself, what did I expect of myself today? Where did that expectation come from? What did I actually experience or need today? Guilt often comes up when a part of us believes we're only valuable if we're constantly doing. But you're allowed to be tired, you're allowed to rest, and you're still worthy. If you're open to going a bit deeper, the choose your direction inside the app might help you shift your energy from guilt into gentle clarity. Or if this stirred something that wants unpacking, the replay Bridge Thoughts and Ladder Thoughts in the coaching library walks through how to meet yourself with compassion and slowly shift the belief that productivity equals value. You don't have to earn your rest. You're already enough. Want to explore the thought underneath that guilt together. And I'm just going to, but yes, but I don't know what that thought is. We're just going to put that. See what it offers. That's okay. You don't have to know right away. The fact that you're willing to look inward already tells me you're in observer mode, which is the first most powerful step. Let's slow it down a bit more together. Try this. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the version of you who felt that guilt earlier. What were you doing or not doing? What did your body feel like in that moment? Now gently ask yourself, what was I telling myself about me in that moment? Sometimes the thought isn't a full sentence. It might just be a flavor. Oh, I like that. Or feeling like I'm lazy. I should have pushed through. Other people would have handled today better. Let's get curious, not critical. If you could also journal a little using this prompt. If I really trusted the rest mattered today, that rest mattered today, I might think. If anything comes up, I'm here to help unpack it. And if you're feeling stuck, we can even walk through a self-coaching model together to reveal what's underneath that guilt. Want to try that next? Can it read out loud while your eyes are closed? Yes. So if you hit this read aloud button, and I don't
That's
know if you'll be
okay.
able to hear.
You don't have to know right away. The
Can
fact
you
that you're
hear
willing
it
to look inward already tells me you're in observer mode, which is
or
the
not?
first most powerful step. Let's slow it down a bit more together. Try this. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the version of you who felt that guilt earlier. What were you doing?
So we can do that again on the next one since it's now rereading the one that I've already done. So let's have it walk through the self-coaching model. So want to try that next? Yes, please. I think, and we'll just go with like, I think I was thinking that I should have done more. So we're gonna have it walk through a model now. That's a tender and common one. I should have done more. Oh, we can have it read it out if we want. It feels like a truth, but let's walk it through the self-coaching model so you can observe what it's actually creating for you. What does the pencil button next to the read aloud do? Yes, I can show you. So that is to edit in the canvas. So that is where you can hit this and then you can tweak it if you want. So let's say you're like doing coaching, like, oh, I actually think this is more what happened. You can actually pull it up and work with it. And that'll be great too when we get to the lesson curator and and you're like making tweaks to what you need for your class. So it can really come in handy, that edit mode. And let me show you. So there's copy. So you can also like copy paste. So when you get to when you're like, oh, I really want to save this, I want to put it in my notes app, whatever, I don't want it just in Chat GPT, you can copy it. You can also kind of help training it by saying, yes, I liked this, or no, I didn't. This is how you have it read aloud, and this is how you edit it. Chris, now we just need to change it to a cute guy voice, right? Can we get a British accent over here? Yes, please, or Australian. Tanya said this links up with the Chat GPT app. I love that. Now we have a tab that says educate, rejuvenate. Yes, and if you could even like create in your GPT account like a folder where you put the educate and rejuvenate GPTs. So you could create a new project. You'll see I have like other GPTs I made. Like I have one that helps write our notifications and different ones over here. But you could do like educate and rejuvenate GPT. So you can always easily find those together and put those chats in there. Can we make the voice Matthew McConaughey? Right? Hey, girl. Can we make it Ryan Gosling? Can we make it? Yeah, that would be cool. If only, right? There are AI tools. There's one called, oh gosh, what is it called? I had it for a while because I had it read my Kindle books for me. Oh my goodness, I'm like calling a blank, but it's one where it has some celebrities in there. It has like Gwyneth Paltrow read me a book, and because it was one where it was like a female telling it, and then I had can't remember, there was another guy. It was a great voice who read another book. So funny. Chris is imagining all the accents in my head as my husband goes, Speechify. Thank you, Terry. That is it. That is the one. Thank you. I could not think of it off the top of my head. Yes, that is a great app. I wonder if it could read. It could probably read Chat GPT stuff too. So if you really wanted it to, that one's not a free tool, but yeah, it's pretty handy at times too. Okay, so that is Coach GPT. Do we want to see anything else with Life Coach GPT before we move on to Intentional Schedule GPT? Let me know in the chat. Jody says, my husband does great impressions. He can do a whole conversation between all the Beatles using their different accents. Maybe we need to get him in there. That would be amazing. That's so fun. I love all the side conversations we get on. We have a fun time. We love our rabbit holes here at Educate and Rejuvenate. It's so fun. Okay, so I don't see any other questions about Life Coach GPT. We're through one of 4 amazing GPTs we have. So our next one is the Intentional Schedule Coach GPT. So the Life Coach GPT is much more open-ended. It is coached on like the full framework and to really help you process or go through a model or just really take whatever coaching tools that has some parts work in there, even more so than what's in the book. It has some really great stuff in there. and how to even unwind different cognitive distortions, which we're going over in the cohort this year. But this intentional schedule coach GPT, I asked Chat GPT, I'm like, should I train life coach GPT on these tools, but also really wanted to just be able to walk people through this. So it recommended I do a new GPT for it. And that's when I was like, actually, I'm going to do more than just one more. I'm going to do more. So we now have our intentional schedule GPT, and this one is completely narrowed in and focused on helping you with your schedule. And so if it goes too far beyond that, it can do some light coaching on mindset and things about the schedule, but it will also, if it gets too deep into that, it'll recommend you go to Life Coach GPT because it's an ecosystem where all of these team member bots are working together. So this one is perfect for weekly planning, time management, avoiding burnout, and reducing decision fatigue. It's going to walk through the full framework from chapter 10 of the book, Educate and Rejuvenate. And look how cute it is. It has like a little like plant coming out of it. What was the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, all the words. It's just been like Zoom all week, running on adrenaline. And probably after this, I'm going to be taking a break for a while because I've been having so much fun, but we all need to educate and rejuvenate, right? Okay, so our intentional schedule coach GPT. So this one, I would love if somebody wants to put like a few things that like, I need to do all these things and how do I do it all or something in the chat. And while you do that, I can do one of these basic ones and just kind of do an example. But I think it'd be really cool to see it actually help somebody here with their to-do list. So it's like, hey, here are all the things. Like if anybody has a to-do list, they can copy paste it into the chat. That would be so much fun. Michelle says, so much to do, so little time. So we're gonna have it say, help me create my schedule this week. So let's see what it does. Let's create your schedule for this week using the intentional scheduling method from Educate and Rejuvenate. We'll go step by step. We don't need to get it perfect. We're just giving your time a job so your brain can rest a little. Yes. Step 1, thought download. Start by brain dumping all the things your mind is telling you to do this week. Don't filter it or organize yet. Just drop everything here. What are all the things your brain is telling you that you have to do this week? Once you share your list, I will help you sort and prioritize. Can it make a visual schedule for autistic kids? So ChatGPT does do visual. It can generate visuals. So I think that could be something we can maybe ask it. And we can see, like ask the intentional coach GPT about making a visual schedule, or you can see if that one or lesson curator does a better job. So that's what I would recommend. Like trying it in the different ones and see. So, oh wait, no, I'm not trying to print. I usually do this copy paste thing. I don't know the keyboard shortcuts on this keyboard. And so it's like, I can just type the word evaluation. I will do that. Evaluation. And I'm just going to put all of these, even though I know it's hypothetical and different people are putting their answers. House cleaning after teaching summer school, doctor's appointment. Oh, yes. And our team is reminding you, don't forget that every comment is an entry for the giveaway. We are giving away a month of club credit here. So make sure that you are engaging in the chat, especially if you're like, I want to try the club out. It's a great way to do that. Okay, so let's just try putting this in here. Yeah, so we've got more things in here. So plan a field trip, lead a collaboration meeting, planning. I'm assuming this means lesson or curriculum planning, evaluation, house cleaning after teaching summer school, doctor's appointment. Let's move to prioritize with the urgency matrix. Now we'll sort these based on importance and urgency. Here are some reflection questions to guide us. Which of these feel truly important and truly urgent, need to happen this week? Which can be wait or be scheduled later? Is there anything that doesn't really need to happen or could be delegated? Now, a lot of times what I would recommend for this is have like everything your brain is telling you, which I just copied a few things from the chat. Like I would brain dump it to make this as efficient as possible. Everything your brain is telling you that you have to do, right? And then that's when you can go through and you can take this list and answer these questions. Which can wait and be scheduled for later? Is there anything that doesn't really need to happen or could be delegated? And then we could put, for example, like doctor's appointment needs to happen on the schedule And then planning, we would need to like be a little more specific about what planning we're needing to do and what needs to be done and by when. Put all that information in, and it can help us go through. If we're more specific, it'll likely come with up with specific questions of like what parts need to be done now, what parts need to be done later, and really help us get granular about it and figure out our schedule. So field trip, we'll just say, and I'm just making this up, field trip is in a few weeks. Collaboration meeting this week. My house is a mess and it's driving me nuts, so I want to get it done. So we're just going to put that in and see what it gives us now. Thanks, you're doing great. Here's how I'm hearing your priority shakeout. Urgent and important. Doctor's appointment already scheduled. Collaboration meeting happening this week. Important and not urgent. Schedule so it doesn't get lost. Urgent and emotionally important. Oh, that's a new category that ChatGPT added. House cleaning, not externally urgent, but emotionally urgent. It's affecting our well-being, so it deserves a time block. Oh, I like how it came up with that. Now let's come to, or move to, time blocking your week. To do that well, I'll need to know a few more things. What does your teaching schedule look like this week? What day and time is your doctor's appointment? When is the collaboration meeting? Other appointments and non-negotiables? When do you typically have space for housing tasks or planning time? The one thing that I have also trained it to do is ask about your ideal week as well, if you have that. So it can utilize that to help you. You can also ask it, and maybe I should add that as a possible conversation starter, like help me create my ideal week to use for my weekly planning. It can walk you through that as well. Okay, and let's say summer school is 8 to noon. So we'll put that. Summer school is 8 to noon. We'll just put doctor's appointment is Tuesday at 2. Collaboration meeting is Friday at 3. I'm just obviously making these up. I usually clean in the evenings, but sometimes I'm really tired. We'll just put that for context. I also have my grandkids coming over on Saturday all day and need energy for that. Just randomly decided to throw that in there. Perfect. That gives us a solid foundation to work with. First off, it sounds like you're holding a lot and you're showing up with intention. That's a win already. Here's a suggested draft layout for your week based on your inputs. We'll build in priority tasks, buffer time, and realistic energy flow. So it's kind of now starting to build out a schedule for us. Oh, you can definitely add it. So if we forget to put something in the beginning, can we add it or do it? Do we need to start over, like such as exercising? We'll be like, oh, I forgot to mention, and I just talk to it as if I'm a real person. I mean, you know what I mean? I am a real person, but like it's a person, and I'm not like being super formal about it, right? Or overthinking what I put in. Sometimes I even, like I mentioned, and I could probably show you this too, because it's likely pulling up with my GPT app as well. I'll even switch back and forth. I'll have it on my computer, be like, oh, I don't want to type this out now. And I'll hit the button and I'll start talking to it. Like, oh no, that's too much. So I'm going to start talking to it and tell it what I want to do next. And so here, I have this right here. See, same conversation on the app now, even though I've been doing it on my computer. So I might now go in here and I'll say, oh, I forgot to mention that I actually go to a workout class each morning at 6:30. And then so on, I need to hurry over to summer school. So I need to make sure that I get to bed early enough that I do that. And I also forgot that, what else might have we forgotten that we can make sure it adds it in? I also forgot to mention that after summer school on Mondays, I have a grocery pickup that I need to get. So here we go. Oh, I promised to make my kids cookies. Yes. And I promised to make my kids cookies. So I need to make sure that I do that. And I have a book club in the evening on Friday. Okay. So see, now I did this in the app. I'm hitting send. And all I'm needing to do now is refresh this conversation. And right now it's showing me the message. It's coming up on my phone. What I do is I wait for it to finish on my phone now that I switched to my phone. So it's still going. And then once it's done, I refresh and it'll be here too. Oh, look, it's like building all that stuff right in. Oh, and now it's making notes to keep me grounded. That's nice. Okay, so now I'm going to refresh and you'll see that the conversation should be up to date here. So thank you. That extra info makes your week clearer. So again, we want to make sure that we do it with as much detail as we can. So, and I love how you're building a life that includes both responsibilities and the things that bring you joy, like book club and cookies. So here's the updated plan with everything you mentioned, layered with intention and buffer space. Does it automatically connect to your phone? As long as you're logged into the same Chat GPT account on both. That's all I did. I didn't do anything special. I'm just logged in on the same account. Yeah, it's really cool. It was actually one of my friends who told me you can talk to Chat GPT. That was a game changer for me. All of you know I can talk. And so it's been such a game changer that I can talk. And that's what helps it get your voice a little bit more. I feel like it gets to know you when you talk to it as well. So here's your updated weekly flow. It has our workout class, travel and get ready, summer school. Can you print it with pictures for special needs or elementary students? I've never tried that, but let's see. Can you give me a visual version of this schedule? Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it's giving me code. I don't want code. Okay, yes, you can. We have to upgrade to get multiple PDFs in a day. Yeah, so there are certain things. I don't know why. I'm going to stop it. You can stop it. I'm like, no, this is code. This is code. Can I get some visuals generated, please? Okay. So we might need to work on that. Ask it ask it to create a PDF with the schedule visuals. Can you create a picture of the schedule? Or a PDF of the with visuals? This is not picture or PDF. So that's something we can work on with training the GPT. Because it's now just doing it in another document. So it's not perfect and they are in beta. So we'll continue playing around with it. And we'd love to hear how you're using it and what you are still hoping to get it to do. I'm not sure why. Yeah, try the word picture again. Maybe I confused it by saying or PDF because it did neither. You generate an image of this schedule. Okay, here we maybe go. It's generating an image now. Jody says, I love how it tells you to pre-plan for certain activities. Yeah, it says like to wind down, it tells us when to wind down and when to pre-plan. It says such good suggestions, right? On Saturday, what does it say on Saturday? Prep, snacks, meals Friday. Yes, I love that. You plan for it. It's working on it. Have found that sometimes it takes a while to generate images. Yes, Elizabeth just said the same thing. So perhaps while we're waiting for that, maybe we could start looking at the next GPT and then we can see what comes up with our, like, okay, intentional schedule coach, you work on that. Now let's go check in with our other coach. So let's go to our lesson curator GPT. Oh, come on. My computer. There we go. Sometimes if you click library on the left, it shows the images faster over there. So if we get off a page, it will not lose what we are doing. No, because see, I still have it in another tab, so it's still working. I just have another tab going. And yeah, you can have multiple GPTs open in different tabs at the same time. Okay, because see, the life coach one is still here with what we were processing and doing. And then we've got the self-coaching model one here. And now we're coming into our lesson curator. I was like, where is that one? Oh, I didn't click the button yet. We got to do that. Okay, so for example, I'm going to say, anybody have like, oh, I teach this grade and I'm looking for something for this. Now, this one is brand new because I had to wait a while to get the CSV from our web person who knows how to export that and everything. So I was still even working on this one like last night and trying to like test it to make sure it would give the actual resources instead of like, and there were times where I was like, oh, there's nothing there. And I'm like, oh no, there is a resource for that. So let's try, okay, so I teach kindergarten. And can it do something for shapes? There we go. Oh, wait, I guess I don't want to say, can it do something for shapes? Is there a resource? That's what I'll change it to. And I can say that I know that we do have things for shapes. So let's see how it does. To help you find the perfect resource, could you please share a few details? Format preference, digital, printable, hands-on manipulatives, time of year, any specific shapes or focus. I can check our Educate and Rejuvenate library for matchups. At the same time, here's a quick mini lesson builder in case nothing lines up perfectly. Oh, interesting. So it's supposed to look for the resources first, but I guess it decided to start generating you something. So let's see what it came up with. Recognize and name 2D shapes in English. Describe shape attributes, sides and corners, simple shape vocabulary in sentences. I see a circle as a hook, a main activity, some differentiation, an extension, materials, and you can copy and paste and adapt to style and materials. So, I mean, that was just with a tiny little snippet in there. You can ask it to align with the standards, yes. And we have asked it to, for the Educate and Rejuvenate shop, it has the, we have it marked with the Common Core standards and the Next Generation Science standards. Those are the two that we have marked in our shop. And we have told it, the one thing we're hoping to do is to train the GPT to be able to match those with other ones, such as TEKS, for example, and other popular standards as well. So, but yeah, what you can do is you can then put in the standard and be like, hey, I need something to match this standard and have it work on that for you as well. So Chris says this will be great for intervention. And then it's asking for format preference. And I'm also just going to see if it can find a resource in the library because I want to know, because again, I want to keep training it and make sure that it can find the resources that we already have ready for you as well. So I am looking for a printable from the ENR shop that has anything to do with 2D shapes for kinders. Yes, I told it to add differentiation in there. So I'm glad that it won't create an actual printable worksheet from scratch. So you can either copy paste it over to like a Google Doc or whatever, or you can ask it to generate a PDF as well. With the free plan, it doesn't really do a great job with that. So I have told it, because I know a lot of people are using the free plan, to suggest that people copy paste it over, just because what it generates on the free plan isn't usually as great. But you can be like, hey, you can try it. You can tell it to, because I put unless the user says otherwise. So you can tell it to generate something. I personally myself have never been super happy with the PDFs or Word docs that it generates, because, and maybe it's because I'm picky. So I would rather take the text and format it myself. Like for my slides, like for Educate and Rejuvenate, even I had to help with some of them, but I didn't like, it's like, oh, want me to put it in a Canva for you? I'm like, no, because then it won't look how I want it. So I choose to copy and paste it over, but you can certainly play around with it and see if it can get it to exactly how you want it. I don't know. It just says it's searching and then it stopped. So probably does need some more, and it's not, okay, I told it in the training not to pull up the CSV. I'm like, hey, that people don't know what that means, like the product ID number. But I did pull up, like, here are some great, like, see, we do have these 2D shapes. But I need to make sure again that it actually gives you the links. can you give me the links to these? So this is this is the one that needs the most work. I'll be completely honest with you on that, but we're working on getting it to, there we go. See, this is what I want it to do. So it has, here's the 2D shapes unit. This is what it should have done rather than giving that CSV. So download here, it should take you to, okay, perfect. Open link. It's going to take you to the Educate and Rejuvenate shop. And now if you're logged in using your Educate and Rejuvenate club, oh, what? Why is that not working? That looks like the correct link. Oh, that is so strange. That looks like the correct formatting. So, okay, that's another thing I will look into. Is it doing that for all of them? Open link. There we go. So that one worked. It must be something with that link. So see, it brought you to here where I'm logged into an account where I'm logged into my admin account. So I'm a member. But if you're logged into a member account, then you would be able to download it right here. And then I also told it to always give you the instructions to log in and to go visit the member shop. So if you're an Educate and Rejuvenate Club member, you'll be able to go in and just download those resources and it should be able to find those for you. And maybe you have to log in. I was logged in, so that's just so strange. I wonder why, like if that product link, if there's just something wrong with that one. So let's see if this one works. The other one worked. So again, these are in beta. So if you ever run into something didn't work or whatever, we would love to know just so we can make sure, like if something is happening frequently with the GPT, we're going to want to, like with the coach GPT, there were things I had to keep, like I thought I had it trained on like not hallucinating and giving, it would make up names of meditations. And now it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore because I figured out the right wording for it to not do that. So we're just figuring that out still with the other 3 GPTs. So we would love any feedback, or that's why when you go into the app, there is actually a section to submit Coach GPT feedback. And I need to update the form to say like which GPT were you using. So we'll do that. But right now you could just put in there which GPT that you're using and let us know which one you were using and what happened that was a little weird, or what happened that was really good. Actually, I saw we had some responses on the form. I was like, oh, good. Like, or what are things we need to tweak? And it was everyone just saying, oh, it coached me so well. I'm like, oh, I love hearing that too. So that's great. Okay, so I love seeing everybody help each other in the chat too. Stephanie is putting in the chat, describe your desired schedule. Is that like a prompt that I should put in? Let me hang on. I got to get the chat bigger because it's like teeny tiny on my screen. So I can't see the whole thing. Its text generation capabilities combined with AI image generators and visual scheduling tools can help you create personalized schedules with visuals. Yeah, so create a text-based schedule, generate images for each activity. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. I love that because I have done it to generate individual images. So you can do, for example, if for kids, it's like you're doing a schedule where it's like, I'm going to, for example, like here it says child waking up in bed or brushing teeth. You can do that for each one. Love that idea. Is this bot grade or subject specific? No, it's not. This one is just for, that's why you're going, like it, is there one thing it's asked to do is to ask what you teach, because here we said what we teach. It didn't ask that, but if we're just like, I need a lesson for this, it would be like, what grade do you teach and things like that and get information. And I would recommend giving it as much info as possible, such as if you have learners, like where are they at, like what, like it has a differentiation section automatically, but if you let it know about your kids and what it needs, it can help you even more with that. These robots are so cute. I wonder if we can make stuffed animals out of them. I know, I found these in Canva, and then when I realized there was like the same little robots that I could do, like the lesson curator one, like it had a file folder. I'm like, how like perfect is that? Like, look how cute, like just so cute. And then the aligned spending one, how it has shopping bags. Like, how cute is that? I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see what the other one came up with now that we, hopefully it has, okay, so it did like a vision, an image in a chart. This may be done, but can you log into the app on your computer? I don't like to download files onto my phone. Yes, you absolutely can. That is the web version of the app. That's really what I'm actually using right now. I'm just logged in as an admin, but it would look just like this, except for that you wouldn't be able to like add content, for example. But but you would be able to log in using the same login. It's just educate, rejuvenate, educate dash dash rejuvenate dot. You probably don't want to type that in. Just go to educaterejuvenate.com/app, and there's a link to Apple, Google, or web app. Click on web app and then bookmark that, because you're not going to want to have to type that in every time. So you can absolutely use the app on your computer as well. Okay, the final coach we have for you is the money coach. And I'm excited about this one. So this one is supposed to help you. So we know that the club is an investment, right? And so we want you, and we know that you can easily make that investment totally worth it with all the community, the coaching, the resources, all the things. If you bought them individually, you're saving so much. All the resources, you're saving so much. But we're also like, what if we could create a bot that helps you find like $50 a month to save in ways you may not have thought about? So that is why we created this bot. And it's also there to help you make sure that it's a money saver, but it's also helping you create an aligned spending plan. That's what one of my coaches, I have a lot of coaches, but my coach, Kate Northrup, likes to call a budget. And I love that because it feels a little more positive than a budget, for one. And what we talk about in our framework is observe, choose, align, right? And when we have aligned spending, that means we are spending money on what's most valuable to us. And then we're figuring out what can we let go of that's not. And that is what this is made to help you do. Or what can I like maybe still like do, like for me, like getting my hair done. I love that. And I don't want to let it go, but I go less often now. And just things like that we can do, right? So here is this money coach. Thank you so much for that version. Should have asked you that on Tuesday. Oh, well, no, I'm so sorry, Melissa. Yeah, we tried to like put in there the yes, you could use it on a desktop and a laptop. But yeah, with it being an app, it is like everyone's like, can I go on a computer? And I feel like we just need to have that everywhere. Too bad it won't pay you. Ask it, it might. Will you give me money, please? Right? So here's what we are going to do. So I'm just going to hit one of these. There's how can I save 50 per month? Walk me through how I can track my savings here. Let's do that. So absolutely, and here's the great thing, because it still keep you in mind, observe, choose, align, because this is how you can see how this framework applies to so much. Because as I've even personally been working on my own money, I realized that, oh, I'm doing the exact same thing I do in coaching. I'm observing, what have I been spending my money on? Where is the money going? And then I'm choosing consciously, what am I keeping? What am I getting rid of? What am I just finding a different way to do? What am I choosing that, yes, this still matters and going to make it work no matter what? And then aligning, continuing to check in, observing the money, choosing and aligning what we're doing. It's the same thing. It's just with our money. So the other thing it's going to have you do is notice your money wins too. Like, what have you already done? Because that helps us to start from a place of, oh yeah, like I have these wins, I have things that are going well, and let's keep the ball rolling from there. Can it check your accounts for subscriptions you haven't canceled, like Rocket Money? So that I don't, ChatGPT would have to like connect to your bank and things like that. I use a tool called Monarch Money, which I think is similar, but yeah, I'm not sure if ChatGPT can do that. We've just walked it through kind of the framework and how it to help you go through all these different things and create your aligned spending plan. But we can definitely look into, I love these questions because they're giving us other things we can look into for the spot. Will it generate a coupon or let me know where sales are? I mean, we can ask it. We can be like, can you? But actually, first, let's go through what it says, right? So observe and notice the money wins. So start by noticing where you've already saved money or made more intentional choices. Here are examples to track. Paused a subscription, skipped a Target trip, brewed coffee at home, used a coupon, used an Educate and Rejuvenate Club printable instead of buying from TPT, shared or swapped kit items, waited 24 plus hours before buying and didn't buy, sold unused teacher or homeschool items, got treated from a friend, called insurance and lowered a rate. Each one counts, even $2 here or $7 there. Because what this is trained to do is every time you like, I saved this, I saved that, I cut this subscription, I did that, you tell it and it'll track for you. So it'll keep track of all the savings. So you can then figure out that over time, that 50 to 100 is the goal. We're like, we want to save you that 50 to $100. And sometimes even per month, right? Depending on what it is. So choose your tracking style. So pick a method that feels simple and satisfying. Printable. I can help you create a fun printable where you log date, what you skipped, saved, amount saved, how it felt. Design a custom one. Digital log. App option, Monarch Money. see your money spending by category and logo, add notes like skip Starbucks $6 win. I love Monarch Money. It's been really a great tool that I've started using recently. So if you want to, there's a 50% off link. And then step 3, align, celebrate, and redirect. Each money win is a vote for your values, energy, growth, family, sustainability. For every amount you save, ask, what will this allow me to say yes to instead? I saved $24 this week. That's a dinner with my partner or extra piece by keeping the club, and we'll track your total wins together if you'd like to check in weekly. So let's talk about, can you want to start with a couple of recent savings wins? I can tally them by suggesting a tracking method that fits you best. And maybe it's, I won a giveaway prize at ENR. And maybe it's I made my coffee at home. Also, can you help me find deals? So we'll find out, because that's not part of like the initial training, because I'm not actually sure what, or I waited for Prime Day deals. And you know what? I had a money win with that because you know what I noticed? Prime Day deal, Kindle Scribe was on it. So I ordered that Scribe and I have it here to send to whichever club winner won that contest, which we still need to pick that winner. I literally have it sitting right next to me right now. And we saved $100 on that Kindle because we waited for a sale, right? So I waited for a Prime Day sale. Okay, so there's a few things. So here we go. These are all solid money wins. Let's log them. Your current wins, won a giveaway prize at Educate and Rejuvenate. Let's estimate if the prize is something you would have paid for. That's a real saving. Estimated savings, 25 to 50 or more, depending on the value you want to specify. Made coffee at home. Let's say you save $5 instead of buying a coffee. Waited for Prime Day. If the item was 30% off, let's say save 15 to 30. Running total so far, 45 to 85 save. That's already up to or beyond our 50 to 100 month goal just from three intentional moves. So again, this is going to help you for one, notice what you're already doing, because that helps you. Again, you're like, oh, this didn't actually, like me tracking what I did, that didn't save me anything, but it helps you recognize it because your brain, remember, it looks for more of what it sees. So when you notice, oh, like all these things I actually am doing or actually am saving, it's going to look for and find more opportunities for that. Want help finding more deals? Absolutely, I'd love to help. To make it targeted, could you share what kinds of things are you looking for deals on right now? Do you want coupon codes, cashback tools, cheaper alternatives, alerts for future sales? Are you a Prime member, Rakuten user? I don't know how you pronounce that. I've heard of it before, but I've only read it. You know, when you like read something and you're like, oh, I've never actually said that out loud before. Or have other memberships I should consider. Once I know that, I can search real-time deals and savings ideas just for you. So yes, you've got that right in here for it to do that. Find me a coupon for Education subscription box. I see that in the chat. Find me a coupon for Education subscription box. Oh, coupon. Yeah, but the great thing is it doesn't care if you have a typo. $10 off. Oh, look, it just found us the best deals on here. How to apply your coupon. It even tells us how to apply a coupon in case you didn't know how. So savings recap. So again, already 15, 20 saves, stacking well with your previous wins. What would you like next? So this is just really fun because then you get to start tracking those wins and start being intentional, not only with your mind and your nervous system and your teaching, but also with your money too. So it's just another really fun tool that that you have at your disposal, another coach where you can utilize it and see all the savings that you're able to do over time. So let's say I'm going to also put, like, my mom took me to lunch last week, which was $15. So we're just going to track that as a win too. Can you find online gaming apps that help you give you credits? Like Just Play. Can you help me find? And that's the other thing. Like you can do surveys and different things online. So like surveys and online gaming apps that help give me credits. And then again, remember, because this one is tracked and trained to keep track of all of it, and also keep in mind the observe, choose, align framework, having an abundance mindset as you're doing all this, because some apps are very like scarcity, right? And this is like, we want to save, we want to cut, we want to get the best deals. And we also want to feel good while we're doing it. So that's what I love about this bot, because it is very positive. Top survey apps, it's giving us a lot of ideas here. top gaming GPT apps, tips to maximize earnings. And I'm going to also ask it, because here's the thing I told it. I'm like, I told this bot, I'm like, I don't want you to just give the average thing that everybody's like, yeah, everybody knows, make coffee at home, you save money. Like, yes, let's track that. Yes, let's call that the win. But we all know that, right? So what are some new out of the box ways I can save money or bring in a little extra without a lot of time? So fast wins. There's a bunch of fast wins you can do. Oh, GoodRx. If any of you haven't done that, that is a huge savings. I didn't know about this. And then when we started using it, it's awesome. Depending on your insurance, obviously. Like if you have insurance that already covers it all, then, doesn't matter as much. Fun or creative wins. Host a swap night or mini giveaway. This one is fun, a $0 target challenge. So this is literally, you're just training yourself. You go into Target, and you're like, I'm going to walk into Target and I'm going to spend $0. I am showing myself that I can go into a store and not buy something. So that's the challenge. You go in or in here, it's only for what's on your list, or try skipping it. But one I've seen for a Target challenge, this one it said is a bit different, but you literally walk into Target and you walk out with nothing and you're like, yeah, look, I can do that. Right? A try free version first month, passive ish or low lift wins. So it's giving us a lot of different ideas, and it can even like give you a challenge or something based on what your goals are. And again, based on the positivity of the Educate and Rejuvenate framework as you do it, is just an extra on top of all the things that we're doing together here in the club. So Maria says, definitely need to try this one. Now I need to, Kinsey says, now I need to just go find deals on everything I buy, right? Right? Because then when you do and you put it in here, you're going to feel like such a winner. Like, oh man, I just like saved all this money. Amazing, right? Okay, cool. So we just went through all 4 of our AI coach bots. And that was an hour. That flew by. Can't believe that. Do we have any other questions or anything else anybody wants to see on any of those bots? Before you go try it out yourself, I know a lot of you are in the club and already have access to it. If you are not yet in the Educate and Rejuvenate Club, this is just one of many, many things that you get when you join us in the club. So this is just a brand new bonus that you get. And these are going to help you with being intentional, with getting that support you need in the moment, in addition to extending your access to our Educate and Rejuvenate event and to being part of the 2025 Educate and Rejuvenate cohort, unlocking everything in the app, everything that is currently marked as premium. You'll get access to that. So much fun. I'm loving these bots as another fun thing we get to do in the club. Jennifer says, I need to check out the club. Thank you for creating these. Yes, it's going to be such a great time, Jennifer, in the club. We'd love to have you. Stephanie says, I'm really excited to try these out. Yes, these are going to be really fun. And again, let me show you really quick again where you find them, because we've had some people come in since then. So here is where you will find those GPTs. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. So when you, oh no, that is not the right screen. You all loved that. All that, see my lack of, all my screenshots on my screen. Okay, now you see it, right? Okay, so we're gonna go to, I take a million screenshots for my company. I need to like organize them. My husband, he's like, how do you work with that? And I'm just like, it's just there. Like it blends, it's the background. That's what my background is, the image. Okay, so we are here in the Educate and Rejuvenate app. So if you are new and you're like, wait, what are you talking about? We have an app for Educate and Rejuvenate. You can go on mobile, on Apple, on Google, or on the desktop. There's a desktop version of the app. Go to educateandrejuvenate.com/app. That is where you'll find this. To have everything unlocked, you need to be a member of Educate and Rejuvenate Club. I don't recommend joining right on the app. You'll get the worst deal. And again, we were just talking about getting the best deals. So you will save $12 a month right now if you join before the 22nd and you join through our website instead. If you go to educateandrejuvenate.com/club, you'll pay $37 a month instead of the $49 a month. And then the goal is that GPT will help you save more than that $37 a month to more than pay for your club membership. So we've got that for you. This page is maybe going to load. So this is what it looks like if you want to join the club. and all the information is here about all the different things. And we haven't even added the GPTs to the page yet. That's going to be under another bonus, unless my team was very fast. But so we got the planner. Yeah, the bots are going to show up right here. So those will be there soon. But you will find those bots under Educate and Rejuvenate Club and your Coach GPT AI team. And then you will find them all here. So you'll find this is like the explanation of each GPT, so you know how and when to use each one. And then each GPT has its own little description, its own little avatar. That's so cute. I had to make them little robots. I feel like I should add the image in here of each one as well, because the image on the app is so tiny. Should add like the image right underneath so we can see our cute little robots. I think I'm going to do that. So we got our life coach GPT. That one is the one that helps you to apply the framework that I've been teaching throughout this Educate and Rejuvenate event in my Educate and Rejuvenate book, on the Educate and Rejuvenate podcast everywhere. The Observe, Choose, Align. It is here to help you regulate your nervous system, to look at your mindset, to process emotions, all those things. Then we've got the Intentional Schedule Coach, which you can use each week to plan out your week and map out your schedule, saving you so much time and stress. We've got the Lesson Curator Coach GPT, which will help you find the best fit Educate and Rejuvenate resource from the library. We're still perfecting the bugs with it, but you can use the beta of it right now, and then it can also generate lessons for you too. And then we got the Money Saver GPT that is here to help you save money and create an aligned spending plan. So what you're spending money on is what matters to you most, and you're saving where you can cut back. So that is the goal of these GPTs. They are here to be an extra support to you in addition to my team and I, and everything else that we do here at Educate and Rejuvenate. In the club membership, you'll also get to join our fun challenges, which this one is just wrapping up. We'll launch a new one on the 29th on club kickoff day, which we need to get on the calendar, but we decided we're doing our normal evening time at 5 p.m. Mountain Time because a lot of you are headed back. We got all our coaching replays by date, the whole coaching replay library, 3 years of coaching, whatever topic you need, the meditation library, the book club replays, and so much more. So we are so excited that the club continues to grow and add more support for you to help you have everything you need to educate and rejuvenate. And these bots are just one more way we're doing that. So Charity says she's been feeling conscious to use her coaching credits. This bot might be better. Yes, that bot can also help you to warm up to it as well, too, to come on to be coached as well. Jennifer says so much support. Terry says she loves this. Chris says my background is like that, usually with 96 tabs open. Yes, I counted. I don't see some of this. It just doesn't bother. And then other people, they saw my screen for a second and they about how do you even survive like that? We're all wired differently. So, I mean, I guess I thrive in some chaos, These are really great. I will definitely be utilizing a number of these bots. Amazing. Okay, I don't see any other questions in the chat. So I think that we've covered them all. Again, this has been so much fun. I've had so much fun with you the last few days. And for those of you who are doing Educate and Rejuvenate with us, that is still going through the 22nd. So check out the calendar. We've got trivia happening on the 22nd. So make sure you're taking notes on all the pre-recorded sessions and the replays. Keep enjoying those. And I am also doing tomorrow, it's just another pop-up quick live for anybody who wants to walk through the planner and how I use it for intentional planning. That is happening at 1:30 Mountain Time, which is 12:30 Pacific, 1:30 Mountain, 2:30 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. So if you want to come see the planner walkthrough and learn how you can get one of these free by joining us in the club, then you can join us there. Otherwise, I will see you in the app or whenever I see you next, hopefully soon. Okay, everybody, have an awesome afternoon, and I'll see you soon.